I'm Joe Powell, and we're cooking drop. Today, we're gonna make a potato ranch casserole, which is kind of a white trash thing to make because it's got ranch dressing in it. But I'm sure many of you will enjoy it. I'm sure many of you already make it. And it's very simple. I'm boiling potatoes now. I kind of did that ahead of time because you all know how to boil potatoes. I'm gonna saute up about a half of diced onion. I think has a dog hair in it. And some mushrooms because I had them. I didn't call for that. I've got about a half a cup of white wine. I've got some spices, you figure it out. I've got about a cup of ranch dressing, and I've got about 2 cups of shredded cheese. So with all those ingredients, we're gonna get started and saute that up. Naturally, you don't want to have anything without one of these. Okay, so I didn't mention this before, but into the pan we're gonna put about a 1/4 stick of melted butter. You know how I like it to be melted. We're gonna let that kind of swish around a little bit. And then into that, we're gonna put about a half a cup of diced mushrooms. Put that in there. We're gonna put our seasoning, which we're gonna sprinkle in there. And we're gonna put our mushrooms. Nice and thick in there. And we're gonna saute that up a little bit and let that cook. We're also going to add the wine, but we're going to let this cook down a few minutes before we do that. I did mention before that this is kind of a white trash dish. I didn't mean anything offensive. If any of you are white trash, don't take it to heart. It's a perfectly acceptable thing that you could take to a monster truck rally or a wrestling match or something like that. Okay, so now that that's sauteed up a little bit and looking good, we're going to add about the half cup of white wine into that mix. And that's going to give it a nice flavor and carry the tradition of alcohol into your stomach. Boy, that looks good. Okay, so we've sauteed up the stuff with the mushrooms and the onions and shit. We've cooked the potatoes and they're draining. And we've made a fresh cocktail. And while we do that, we're gonna have a shot. And I'm sure that if you're making a potato ranch casserole that you probably have these tin shot glasses with the elk's head and horns on the bottom. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna take some potatoes that we've drained, that are still green. And we're going to take a 8 by 11 casserole dish, and we're going to put some of that in there. Just enough to cover the bottom and make a layer. I'm going to spread those out. And make sure you cook your potatoes because nobody likes hard potatoes. You know what I mean? I mean, some things should be hard and some things shouldn't, and potatoes aren't one of them. That should be hard. Then you're going to add a layer of ranch dressing, and we're going to drizzle that because I broke my fucking spatula. Okay. Going to layer that in there. Make sure you don't drizzle that. And we'll use a spoon to kind of mix that in. Okay. Then we're going to do a layer of cheese. And sprinkle that around. That's good. A little bit of cheese going on there, because what's a casserole without cheese? And then we're going to layer in about half of our onion mushroom mix, and we're going to spread that around. And this is the stuff that we sauteed up with the butter. A little fucking more. The butter. And then we're going to do that all over again. Get rid of the shit on the counter. But in the meantime, we're going to have a cocktail. We've repeated the layers. We put another layer of potatoes, another layer of ranch, the rest of the onion stuff, and then we topped it with some cheese. And we're gonna bake that at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. So we've made another cocktail, and we pulled this out of the oven at about 34 minutes. And it's done. It's really good. I tried it, and it's delicious. So, if you're white trash and you need to take a pile dish to monster truck rally, you're all set. I'm Joe Powell, and we're cooking drunk.